So this is just a video for customers to refer back to orient themselves with this tuning and kind of how to use it. I'm going to show some chords and some things that you can do with those, and just kind of try to get you started off on the right foot with this open G tuning. And that's what these will be tuned in, is an open G, which will be starting with the lowest string. The top string will be G, D, G, and B. So this is what it sounds like. So in the open G tuning, if you hit all the open strings, you get a nice full G chord. And then after that, whenever you place one finger and bar all 4 strings, you're going to get a major chord. So it's that easy to make a chord. You just anywhere. So they're all nice sounding chords anywhere you go. There's other chords and other ways to make chords, but it makes it really easy to just pick it up and just start playing something. If you know what the chords are in a song, then you can find them pretty easy with the open G. Then you'll have an A there, A sharp, B, C, C on the 5th fret, D on the 7th fret. I mean, it's chromatic, so you just start counting up and you figure out where your chords are real quick. There's no funny fingerings or anything like that for them. It's just straight up bar across one fret, and you get that chord. Now the next chord to be used with that is still barring this one fret all the way across. Then you take this finger and put it on the bottom string on the next fret. I'm trying to get that where you can see it. And then you skip that string and go to that fret, 2 frets up from where you're borrowing. 2 frets up from where you're barring. So you get that kind of deal. And this is kind of what they call the Keith Richards tuning. He uses the open G a lot. He's written a lot of their songs in open G, and you get things like So, you know, there's a Rolling Stone song right there, and you're just playing in one little spot there. If this is your root chord, if you're playing in C, then there's your 4 chord in that progression. So like here, if your root is in C, then that chord there is an F. If your root is in D, then that chord is a G. So there's three G chords right there. Open, there, and then the octave chord. It's the same on every fret, so wherever you want to play up and down the neck, then you can just start using those 2 right there. And then there's other ways you can put them together. Another Rolling Stone song would be. So there's lots of Rolling Stone songs, not just Rolling Stones, but lots of other songs are in open G or can be converted to open G. You'll have several Black Crowes songs. There's Bad Company songs, some songs you might not even think of being open G, but they're out there, and if not, they can be played in open G because it's real easy to convert stuff over. So you have those two. You have those two major chords right there. If you've got just barring, so if you're just barring across one fret like this, if you want the 7th chord to that, then you just you come up 3 more. Try to get that where you can see it. So if you're just playing a barred chord like that and you want the 7th, then you just come up here and pick up on this 2nd string from the top, 3 frets up, so there's your 7th chord. Okay, now for minor chords, what you do now, there's minor chords in other places that are particular fingerings. Like this is an E minor, like that. If you want a low E minor, it's right there. You're just on this fret, on the 2nd fret, and the 3rd string, and then the 4th fret top string. That gives you an E minor. Now, a full E minor, like this, is, again, borrowing that, only the top 2 strings is all you're worried about, because you're going to grab these other 2 strings on the bottom, like that, and that gives you a minor chord anywhere you're at up and down the fretboard. So wherever you want to find a minor chord, just they're all there with that position that's movable everywhere on the fretboard. So if you're combining major and minor chords, then you can just play your minor, so that would be a standard minor chord progression, where you start out with your minor chord. You might play these 2. What you're doing is dropping 2 frets and then dropping 2 frets again. So if you're playing on the 7th fret there, then the 5th fret and the 3rd fret are your other 2 chords for a standard minor chord progression. And then you can add others in there too, like this. that song there, it kind of incorporates everything that I've shown you so far. And that will get you playing almost any song. Now, when you start talking about like jazz chords and things like that, they're on there. You just have to kind of find them, work them out yourself. I don't know what all of them are. I've worked them out, some of them before, but I don't use them very much, so I really haven't. I don't remember what the fingerings for those chords were. Now that one right there is just a little, I don't even know what you call that, but it sounds cool. So you can find stuff like that on there. This is also kind of a variation on that other chord, where instead of putting this finger up here, you drop it down one string. So you're barring with this finger, and then you got this finger on the bottom string, and then that finger on the second string. So they're kind of the same chord, but not exactly. So this isn't the key that it's done in, but Keith Richards uses this chord, this fingering, and this chord for some things, and just to add a little flavor in there, I guess. It also works great, being in the open tuning works great for a slide. Anytime you're directly over a fret, you're getting a major chord. It also makes it really easy to play like a boogie. And all that is playing the open strings and then hitting that second string. That way just so you can see it, but or you can play. So you've got a real easy like a blues type boogie.